but it's all drifting, memories falling apart and leaving us only. This feeling that we hold on to the past repeat through distant dreams. Don't let this be the shadow of a drifting memory.
I'm feeling like McLean, bare feet in the broken glass. I'm trying to run away from the pain, but I can't. I'm trying to change the way I felt before I fell apart. I'm trying to run away from this trail of broken hearts. It was you, me, the Baltic Sea, an airplane with a place to be. Yeah, we got cords in the middle of the airport. 2 bags, only 1 passport. We must have said goodbye 1,000 times before. Yeah, I can tell this time goodbye was so much more than you said. I'm feeling like McLean, bare feet on the broken glass. I wanna run away from the pain, but I can't. I'm trying to chase the way I felt before I fell apart. I'm trying to run away.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing today? Welcome back and happy, wait for it, hump day! Woo! It is hump day, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite day of the week. It is Wednesday, May 18th, 9 a.m. And today, there's a lot of action in the market team. There is a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of movements. And guys, when stocks are moving and we got volume, there's opportunity. There's opportunity for profits. So I'm very excited for today, guys. There's quite a few things that I like, quite a few opportunities in the market, and I'm looking to attack it today and make it happen. Your boy's back. Your boy is back. Today is going to be a very fun day in the market. So let's see what we have in store. So hit me with a big old good morning and happy hump day. Who do we have inside the chat? Who is here? Who is ready to rock and roll and make today the best freaking trading day of the year? Because guess what, team? I'm ready to make this the best trading day of the entire year. Who's with me? Who's with me? I'm with myself. I'm a loner right now, I guess. John, what's up? Tech for beginners. Jack, Stock Talk Trades, single and searching. All right. What's up, Steve, Ed, Bernice, Martin? Good morning, Tim, Dan, Tino, Crypto Cole. What's up, AZJ Dub, Mr. Chris, Angel. What's up, buddy? J Cohen, J Das, Mr. Corey, Trader, Adam, Steve, Garvey. Woo! Everybody's in chat, ready to make it happen. All right, team, so we are going to dive into it. We're going to talk about what we have going on today, team. We have about 28 minutes until the market opens, and there's quite a few things to discuss. Let's start with our penny stocks for today. Number one, we got GNUS, team. GNUS has 83 to 84 cent support at this point in time with $1 top resistance. What do we know about $1? $1 is the strongest level of support resistance for penny stocks. So if we cannot break over $1, we would simply be looking to short GNUS off $1 back down to 83, 84 cents. However, if we see a nice strong break over $1, we have great potential to 114, which is your 200 SMA, and it lines up with some other great levels of support and resistance. It's also that 200 SMA. So your top target today on GNUS, team, if you're looking to go long on this, over $1, you're looking to lock in a good majority of your profits at 114 to 115. Strong resistance. Why is this stock currently up? Why is it trading amazing volume? Why is it up 34% at this point in time? They signed a 20-year Marvel Studio contract for the future of films and television production. So GNUS signing a 20-year contract with Marvel Studios to license Stan Lee for future feature films and television productions, as well as use in Disney theme parks and experiences worldwide. So that's a pretty darn good press release there on GNUS. GNUS is a former runner. The only thing I don't like about it, it's a large float, but it's a dollar stock. $1 to the $1.14. It can be a $1 billion in float stock, and we could probably still get that nice little move throughout the day up to 114. That is 14% return if you catch this from penny to penny for the dollar break up to 114. Again, you have support back down around 183 to 180. I'm sorry, 83 to 84 cents is your current support on GNUS. So we're absolutely going to be watching GNUS today. You have RIBT right now. This is a back burner stock. RIBT this morning expanding MGI grain to meet increasing demand. This stock ripped from around 60 cents up towards 72 cents. Since then, really hasn't done too much. Your support level here on RIBT is right around this 63 cent mark. Okay, right off these daily highs. So if we can hold about 63 cents and we can see a nice push off 63 cents, we can see this back up to 70 and then 75 cents today on RIBT. And again, RIBT dropping that press release, expanding MGI grain to meet increasing demand. 63 cent support, 70 cents is resistance. Over 70 cents, we could see RIBT up towards around 75 cents, but right now at this point in time, it is a back burner stock. There's better opportunity out there. BRQS, another back burner stock. What's going on with BRQS? Well, this stock ripped from 17 cents to 25 cent resistance. BRQS wins solar plus energy storage contract in Hawaii. All right, so that's what we got going on with BRQS. Now, BRQS is another large float stock, but we do have 18 million shares being traded today. On average, 32 million. If we do see some focus here on BRQS, I don't see why we wouldn't surpass that average volume, and we do have some potential on BRQS. But right now, the way it looks in pre-market, it's more of a back burner for me at this point in time. If it starts ripping at some point, we know why it's ripping. We're prepared. We know exactly how to attack and lock in some profits if we have some opportunity here with BRQS. Support, 18 to 19 cents on BRQS is support. Resistance, 25 cents. You ever see BRQS popping above 25 cents, you have room to 27 cents. That's a little bit of this daily gap fill. Okay, so you have the gap down high right around 24 cents. That's resistance. You have the close before the gap down at 26.6. So I call it 27 cents. So again, you have resistance at 24, 25, and 27 cents. Breaking through this gap fill level, you can can see this bad boy up towards around 35 cents on BRQS. And right now, bottom support, right around 18 cents. But looking at this chart, I'm like, definitely not a top stock. Definitely a stock that we should keep on watch. Add it to the back burner. Get prepared just in case we do see the stock moving today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's back. AMC, the gorillas are here. The ape army, the Reddit traders, they're back in the market today. YT, you got AMC moving a little bit yesterday, moving in post markets. Why is AMC moving? Well, NCMI, ticker NCMI, reported a 13G filing that showed a new 6.8% stake in the company. So, traders love AMC. When AMC moves, it moves. It could very well move today. And so if we see AMC moving today, we should absolutely be watching NCMI. Can you turn your music down a smidge? Getting a little feedback stacking. Mike, oh, my bad. Yep. My bad. That was the audio that I pumped to you guys. So yeah, I'll turn it all the way down. My bad, guys. Again, I broke my my mic stand. I broke my mic stand, so I have my mic sitting here next to a speaker. That's why. And it may not be good quality. I got to buy a new mic. So AMC. When AMC has hype, traders love it. It's a meme stock. The apes come back. The Reddit traders talk about it for weeks, and then it freaking continues to dump, and everybody thinks it's going to $1 million. So we'll trade it while it's tradable. And if AMC's tradable and AMC's moving today, we could definitely see NCMI move. If AMC's moving today, what else could we see move? GameStop? Definitely watch this as a sympathy mover to AMC. If AMC's ripping, watch GameStop start ripping. Maybe KOSS starts ripping. Maybe BlackBerry starts ripping. These are those meme stocks. They move in sympathy with one another. So our main focus is going to be AMC here, and our next main focus is going to be NCMI. With those potential sympathy back burners like GameStop, KOSS, and BlackBerry. All right, so with AMC, we have support right now at 1250. I'd like to see what AMC does down back towards around prior resistance at 1250. Right, old resistance turns into new support. See AMC open up, dump on down to 1250, and start to rebound and push on up. We have potential to $13.50 and $14 today on AMC. If we see AMC ripping, NCMI is most likely going to rip. Now, NCMI is the company that actually reported that new stake of 6.8% in AMC. So there'll definitely be some sympathy between AMC and NCMI. So I'm definitely watching NCMI with AMC. If AMC's dumping, we'll see what NCMI does. But if AMC's moving and ripping, I would think NCMI could definitely rip a little bit with AMC. So we'll definitely keep these two on watch team. NCMI has support at 170. We crack below 170. We have room down to 160. But what we see here on NCMI is we just broke our downtrend off of that 170 support level. So we came down, put in this double bottom, just broke the downtrend. We went from the bearish side of the downtrend to the bullish side of the downtrend, right off that 170 support. So as long as we hold this trend line as support, as long as we hold 170, we are on the bullish side. We have potential back up to 194 and then $2. Anything over $2, your main target today on NCMI is 215. Now, if you crack below 170, don't get scared. Come down to 160 and still play on out today. There could still be some opportunity. So again, you got 160 bottom support, 170 current support. You start cracking below 160, I would get a little nervous. I wouldn't really want to be looking at it at that point in time. But if it's cracking 170, don't just completely discredit it and take it off your watch list, because we could come down to 160, hold as support, and continue to possibly set up and get some opportunity here with NCMI. So we'll watch this around 170, lower support 160. We do have potential back up to 194 and 2. Anything over 2, we have room to 215 today on NCMI. Again, with AMC, bottom supports at 1252, top resistance at 1374, and then over 1374, room to the 2-1T EMA at 1416. If we ever break over 1416 today, your next main level of resistance for AMC will be $15. So definitely watch AMC today as well. Redbox. I definitely think we should watch RDBX. Absolutely. This stock went on a massive move yesterday, and it didn't dump on off in post-market or pre-market. Nice tight consolidation. Nice downtrend. What are we doing right now on Redbox? We're breaking this downtrend. If, again, we would have ripped on up and then dumped on off, I'd say don't even watch it. Don't even focus on it. But I like the fact that we just kind of held our gains. Nice consolidation here. Starting to break this downtrend. Where do we have room to? Back up to yesterday's highs. I actually see room to 407 on RDBX. So right now, you could look to trade this stock. If you really wanted to back up to yesterday's highs and that 407. Now, if we ever break $4 and 407 on RDBX, you have so much potential to $5. Right? So again, I'm definitely watching RDBX. We just broke the downtrend. Look at that. It's starting to rip on up here. You're at 390 now at this point in time. Simple break of the downtrend. Why is the stock ripping? Why is the stock ripping on up from 360 to 390? You just went from the bearish side of the trend line to the bullish side of the trend line. Right? So when you have downtrends and you break the downtrends, buyers start to move on in. And right now, buyers are moving on in from 360 all the way to 390. We have potential to 4 and 407. Keep this on high watch for a break over 407 and a rip up today towards around $5. Support is going to be these pre-market lows. That's going to be some light support right around these pre-market lows. Bottom support, if we crack below that 350 level, you have room to fall all the way back down to $3. So I would not want to be holding this below 350. Worst case, right? If you're in this, you're looking to get at it, whatever the case is, your maximum stop loss on this trade, your maximum is going to be 350. If you crack below 350, it's most likely going to dump down to 3. So why in the world would you want to hold it from 350 to 3? Knowing that there's an 80 to 90% probability and a 90% chance that we come back down to 3. So at worst case, I mean, no lower than 350. You're below 350, watch for it to pull back to 3. As long as we're above 350, guys, we have that great potential to yesterday's highs and then potential to 5. So it's definitely a stock that I'm keeping on high watch for today. RDBX. AGRI, we talked about this one this morning as well. I posted this up right at like 7 o'clock for you guys. There's a couple things that I see with AGRI. Couple things that I see. Number one, possible mid-candle breakout. I love mid-candle breakouts. So we have a daily technical formation here on AGRI. So just looking at the mid-candle breakout, a break over 280 is where I said volume will move in. We have room back to 3 and then 305. But I also want you to take a step back and look at a lower time frame setup. What do you see here? Throw this on a 30-minute time frame. Not only do we have a really nice textbook mid-candle breakout, but we also have a multi-day setup, right? Since Monday, we're setting up for this little cup and handle or an ascending triangle breakout. So not only do we have this daily technical formation that could cause the stock to explode, we have this 30-minute time frame, this nice breakout formation. So I really like AGRI. I think this one has a lot of potential today, especially if we can stay above 297. We can stay above 297, guys. I will be looking to take this long to 360, 380, and then $4. Now, if we crack below 297, and we end up cracking this trend line, I will look to locate some shares to short AGRI back down to 225. As long as we're holding 297, I'm thinking long out of the gate to 260, 280, and then 4. We crack below 297 and we cannot get back above 297, and we start to crack 260 right around that trend line, I will look to short this back down towards around 225. All right, so that's what we got going on with AGRI. This is a back burner, not a back burner, it's a prior day mover stock. Definitely on high watch. It's been very consistent since Monday. Didn't really do too much yesterday, but now we have this 30-minute time frame. You can see it on a 5-minute as well. You got this lower time frame ascending triangle breakout with that daily mid-candle breakout. So I definitely think this stock has a lot of potential today, especially if we're above $3. 360, 380, and then $4. AGRI is one of my top stocks that I will be watching right out of the gate, guys. And then lastly, VERU. Yes, we are going to be watching VERU. We have room to fall back down towards around $15. So as long as VERU is holding above $15, I'm looking for a long opportunity to set up. If we're cracking below $15, I will look to short this down to $14.30 on VERU. So as long as you're above $15, that shows strength. Cap potential back up to $16. Breaking over $16, we have room to $17. Yesterday's post-market high of $17.20. and then 1750 to retest April 14th's spiking high, right? So if we do hold above 15, we could look for an entry above 15 if there's a setup, back up to $16 resistance, back up to that pre-market high of 1668, back up to that post-market high of 1720, and then the spiking high from April 14th at 1750. Now, if we ever break 1750, I don't see why we wouldn't hit $20 today. This stock has a lot of focus. The stock has a lot of momentum. There's a lot of volume. There's a lot of action. But before 20, we'll need to look to lock in some profits at 1842, as that's another level of resistance. But again, start breaking 1750 with volume, I don't think 1842 is going to be an issue. I think you get a nice big run up towards around 20 bucks. So definitely VERU, one of my top stocks to watch for today, above 15 bucks. Cracking both 15, I will short this down to 1430. AGRI, above $297 and $3, looks great to 360, 380, and 4. Cracking back below 297, I'm thinking shorts. Start cracking that 255 level and this trend line, I am looking to short this back down to the 220s on AGRI. So we have a good long game plan in place. We have a good short game plan in place with AGRI. Same thing with VERU. We have a good long game plan in place if there's a long opportunity. We even have our shorts game plan in place if this sets up for the short. So regardless of what happens, we have opportunity. Now, worst case scenario, it sits sideways all day. But if we are going to see some movement, we have an opportunity to the long side and the downside for a long or a short on VERU and AGRI. So VERU, one of my top stocks to watch out of the gate, above 15. AGRI, one of my top stocks to watch out of the gate, above 297. RDBX, absolutely one of my top stocks to watch out of the gate. Bottom support, 356. Top resistance, 4 to 407. Breaking above 407, we have a lot of great potential to 5. And if for some reason this bad boy breaks above 5, you could see $6. Definitely a top stock to watch right out of the gates. Back burners at this point in time. I want to focus on the stocks that have the best potential out of the gate. So I'd say back burners at this point in time. You're looking at AMC as a back burner. BRQS as a back burner. RIBT as a back burner. Now you can add these other two stocks as a top stock to watch. And definitely watch GNUS as a top stock. 83 to 84 cents is support. See the stock breaking with volume of $1. Don't be surprised if you see it hit 114. So GNUS, I would say it's a top stock to watch out of the gate. This could be your stock that you prefer. It's a large float stock. It's a cheap stock. It's a slow and steady mover. Right? It's not going to be something that rips $5 to $10 in a single minute. Be a slow and steady mover. Maybe it's easier for you to manage. It's less expensive. Maybe it works for your small account. I like GNUS, guys. Definitely watch it. NCMI, I think NCMI has good potential. I like the technicals. I like the downtrend break. I like this higher low that's forming. I like this inverse head and shoulders formation that we're currently starting to see here. You guys see this inverse head and shoulders? And I see it. It's clear as day. I mean, not only do we have that nice break of the downtrend. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad. I did not hit update on the Morning Stack newsletter. Cool, we did. So not only did we break that downtrend off of 170 support, what else do you notice with NCMI at this point in time? Got this low, this lower low, happened to be a double bottom, broke the downtrend, showing strength. We had volume, putting in this higher low. Left shoulder, head, and the head has a double bottom. It's market structure. The right shoulder with the neckline. Look for the break of the neckline back up to 195 and $2. You could literally put your stops right below 170. So if you start to see this break of the neckline off this higher low after it's already put in market structure, after it's already broken to the bullish side of the downtrend, that's an 80-20 setup. Looking to go long at the break of the neckline, run it back up to high a day. 194, $2. Stops right under 170. If you can let it breathe under 160, go for it. Honestly, I would put my stops at like 168, 169 and play it really, really safe. If this doesn't break the neckline and start ripping, probably going to come down and stop you out anyway. So just get out at 169, 168. I like NCMI right out of the gates. So don't sleep on the stock, guys. As long as you hold above 170, You find a higher low here, and it starts to look like that's your right shoulder, following through and breaking this trend line, which is our neckline with volume, that's around 180. So your entry's around 180 with a 195 and a $2 target. You could safely put your stops at 169 if this confirms, if this sets up. So we're definitely watching NCMI. We've talked about Redbox, definitely a top stock to watch out of the gate. AGRI, we talked about that, definitely a top stock, and VERU. So those are the top stocks. Yeah, VERU number 1, AGRI number 2, Redbox number 3, NCMI number 4, and GNUS number 5. We have 5 stocks that look fantastic for today. I want to put most of my focus on these 5 stocks. Now, if GNUS starts dumping and cracking support and looking weak, what can we do? We can remove GNUS from the watch list. And let's say AMC looks great. We'll add AMC to our top stock watch list. So if we remove something and we see something else that looks great worth adding, we'll just go ahead and rework our watch list throughout the day. Make sure we're focused on the right stocks. So back burners, RIBT at this point in time, BRQS at this point in time, AMC, and RIVN. Okay, RIVN is something that I'm really watching today, guys. Okay, I know it's a back burner just to help remove the distractions for you guys, but this is something that I am definitely watching on RIVN. Start to crack $26 and this multi-day uptrend, I am looking to short this back down towards around Monday's lows, and that's going to put you around $24.50. So that's about $1.50 to the downside that I could grab on RIVN if we go from the bullish side of the trend line to the bearish side. If we see any high time frame divergence off this level of resistance, that's my go-to short. It's a go-to short, right? We're filling this daily gap on RIVN around 28.74, which is right at our 20 EMA. So we have that daily gap fill, 28.74 and the 20 EMA. I'm simply looking for a rejection off these 2 levels. If we see a rejection off these 2 levels, followed by a crack of the trend line, and we see divergence, I will 100% take this trade full size. So don't be surprised if I say I'm short 5,000 shares on RIVN. You're like, why? This is why. It is my go-to short. This is my number 1 strategy. If all 3 of these things say buy, I'm absolutely getting in. I'm absolutely shorting the crap out of the stock. And I would say the same thing applies with the firm, right? I'm looking at the same approach with the firm. Right, we already starting to see some higher time frame divergence. We do see some selling momentum moving in. We are losing that buying momentum. This could be an ascending triangle breakout, right? Very well could be. If it's an ascending triangle breakout over resistance of 25.50, I'm not going to touch it. I don't think it's going to break 25.50. I think this stock is going to crack 24, crack this uptrend, and I think we have room down to 21.25. So we start to see that crack below 24 and this trend line, and we already start to see some divergence off resistance. Oh, I'm shorting the crap out of this stock down to 21.25. Now, if it cracks and we're short and it gets back above 24, you get out for a small loss. You don't hold this back up to 25. You don't hold it to 26. Literally get in for the dump below 24 in the trend line. You regain the trend line and you regain 24, you get out. But if we crack that trend line and we crack 24, things should get interesting to the downside. First target, 22.88. Second target, 22.23. And my final target, Friday's low a day of 21.25. So I'm absolutely watching a firm the same way I'm looking at RIVN. For the same idea, the same go-to short setup, my number 1 strategy. And I will absolutely go full size on these trades if they set up properly. Because again, team, we talked about this yesterday. When I see this take place, I get in. I do not miss these trades. These are fantastic trades. The SPY and the Qs. Couple things I want to point out real quick while we have 4 minutes to go. Today's a make or break day, in my opinion, for the SPY and the Qs. Why do I think it's a make or break? Well, I think it's a make or break because we just broke out of this inverse head and shoulders formation. The SPY. That was yesterday. Right, so yesterday we see that the SPY had this left shoulder, this head, this right shoulder. We have this neckline. We broke the neckline and ran up to 409. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now here on the SPY? We are simply hitting resistance, right? Hitting resistance. We're pulling back to retest that neckline resistance as support. So when we see breakouts, this is a reversal formation. This stock broke out of this inverse head and shoulders. It broke up. Stocks like to pull back, retest, hold as support, and then continue that desired trend to the upside. So it's a make or break day. If we see that proper retest and it's healthy and it doesn't lose this 403 level, I wouldn't be surprised if we start filling that gap up towards around 410, 411 on the SPY before we really see some stronger resistance. Now again, it's a make or break because what if we do not hold that level of support? What if we crack below it? Right? What if we come down, we open, drop below, pop back up and retest as resistance? You're looking to short the SPY. So again, if you come down and find support and it's a proper retest, we're thinking long to 410, 411. Day trade that can turn into a swing trade. If we drop below that 403 level and we do not actually hold that neckline, we fall below and retest as resistance, we're looking to short this back down to $400. $400 is your next key level here on the SPY. Same thing applies to the Qs. It's a make or break. It's a make or break. The neckline on the Qs was actually a trend line. It wasn't a horizontal, just straight across the board line. It was actually a little bit of this downtrend. The same concept. We have this big inverse head and shoulders formation here on the Qs. We had a nice big pop after we broke yesterday. We're simply coming back down to retest this neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. Here's your neckline. Here's your breakout. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Broke out, pulling back to retest. That's right around 300 bucks. So the Qs would be retesting 300, a key level. Also be retesting that neckline. So that's a key level at 300. We see it come down and retest properly. Look for this to go back up towards around 310, 311 by about a week and a half. I mean, we could see that happening over the course of a couple of days. We crack that neckline and we crack 300 and we're trading below it. We're looking to short this back down in some prior daily lows. Looking for the Qs and the SPY to most likely roll on over and start to sell off just a little bit more. So it's a very key day for the SPY and the Qs. Sit back and be patient in the first 5 minutes. Really wait to see what happens right around these key levels. Here on the Qs, the neckline and $300. It's a key level. The SPY, the key level is right at 403, and that's the retest of the neckline. So if you see the SPY open strong, big old push, maybe there's an opening range breakout strategy, maybe it puts in a double bottom, maybe there's a red to green move. Again, if we see a strategy, if there's a reason to get involved here, and we're looking strong around 403, you would want to be thinking calls to 409, 410, 411. Cracking below 403 and not able to get back above it, you're looking for puts down to 400 next target. Okay, guys? So again, a lot of the focus is on the SPY and the Qs. We talked about AFRM. I'm watching AFRM. We talked about RIVN. I'm absolutely watching RIVN. Top penny stocks, guys. Once again, GNUS, NCMI, RDBX, AGRI, and VERU. The market's open in 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, you are prepared. You are all set, ready to rock and roll. You know what stocks are moving today, why they're moving, what I'm looking at, and why. So now, sit back, be patient, wait for the best of the best opportunity, and let's make it happen. AGRI. VERU is above that 1590. So VERU could just open and start pushing right to that 1750 level here, guys. So again, you're holding right around this 1590 area of support. You start to crack below that level. Watch for this thing to come back down, most likely to 15. NCMI is dumping out of the gates. AMC is popping a little bit out of the gate. And GNUS has that support level back down around 84 to 85 cents. 84 to 85 cents on GNUS. All right, here's my short on RIVN. RIVN. Here's my short on RIVN, guys. Crack 27. We're below that trend line. Looking for RIVN to flush on down below 2650 here. See if RIVN can drop below that 2650 level. There's 2640. We cracked the trend line. We cracked 27. I want to see if this is that gap fill rejection that I was looking at. We had verified divergence as well. And like I told you guys, this is something that I really, really liked, especially if we start cracking that trend line. Again, my trend line looks like it was readjusted a little bit. TD does that sometimes. You have a trend line drawn up, and then you look back at it, and it's like, okay, that's not the trend line I had drawn. So that is actually my bad for not checking that before jumping in. But I didn't jump in full size. I'm starting to scale in. So if I am mistaken on this trend line, and I do need to readjust it and look for a better entry, I will do so. Again, I only took a third of my desired position here. If it does indeed start rolling over and playing out like I anticipate, I will add to it. But if I am wrong and I need to readjust this trend line, I will absolutely do that. Let's go put RIVN off to the side so you guys can focus on something else. So I'm going to put RIVN off on my side chart real quick just so I can monitor this trade and manage this trade. Right now, I know you guys are looking at like GNUS. Now we're watching RDBX. There was your big pop up to 4017. There was your big pop to 407 on GNUS, or I'm sorry, RDBX. We're saying right at that break of 380. That's a good long. You can get long on that up to that 4 to 407 area. So congratulations there if you guys were grabbing RDBX in pre-market as we were discussing that. For that break of the downtrend back up to 407 now. If RDBX starts to break above that 4 and 407 level again, we have potential to $5 today. We have potential to $5 today here. Right now, the number one stock to be watching is going to be RDBX team. Over this $4 level, you have so much potential to get to $5, guys. So right now, $4 light support. You start cracking 4, probably see it back down around 356. I'd say you see it back down around 356. So right now, team, over 4 on RDBX. You have great potential to 5. You literally put your stops right under low a day at 375. You have about $1 of upside. So you're risking 25 cents to make $1. RDBX has great potential. Maybe just a smidge too late, in my opinion, on RDBX. Because the best entry was right there at 375 for the break of the downtrend as we were talking about it in pre-market. But again, as long as you're over 4 here, guys, you're still looking pretty decent. Still looking pretty decent here on RDBX over 4. Again, right now, I'm just watching RIVN. Again, I made a simple mistake. Again, it's okay. I was positioned correctly. But again, my trend line got readjusted. So when I threw it up on that 1 minute time frame and I saw that crack and retest, I'm like, I'm in. And then when I actually go look at the higher time frame, I'm like, my trend line was readjusted. That happens every now and then with TD. I can't blame TD for it. I got to blame myself for not being mindful to check that. So I'm glad that I only started to scale in to where I'm not taking that much heat. But again, if I would have readjusted that trend line and it would have been on points, I would have never entered that trade. So now I'm just managing this trade, looking to see if we can get back in the green here on RIVN. If we put in a new high a day, I will have to exit this position. And I'll completely just, again, disconnect. It happens. It is what it is. Where's the next best opportunity, guys? Where's the next best opportunity? So right now, we're simply watching RDBX at this point in time. Simply watching RDBX at this point in time. Over $4, room to $5. So if we can get RIVN back below 27, that looks good. But honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. RIVN actually kind of looks decent. The upside. I think RIVN has another $1.50 of potential to it. I think RIVN has another $1.50 of potential to the upside to it before we see it possibly set back up for that short that I just kind of, I guess, rushed into. Not really rushed into it. I was all convicted. I was confident with the trade. I wanted it. This was my game plan. That trend line kind of got me. That was just a silly mistake on my part, making sure I did not just double check. You know, I got to double check, make sure that these levels are still the levels. The trend lines every now and then get readjusted at times. It's weird. But I'm still holding that position right now. I'm currently down $400. Over a high a day, I will be getting out of this position, looking for the next best opportunity, but I'm still going to try to manage this to see if we do indeed get this nice little high day possible rejection. We got some divergence on RIVN, a little bit of this bearish divergence on the 1 minute. Some strong resistance at 27.50. We can see the drawdown below 27. We're in the green. We can see the drawdown and the pullback below 27 off this 1 minute divergence. We're in the green. But we need to start to see this dip below that 9 EMA for me to feel confident. Got to start dipping below that 9 EMA and that VWAP for me to feel like we could actually see the drawdown below 27 bucks, possibly getting back into the green here. Webull does that a lot with trend lines when adjusting time frames. So Webull does it as well. Okay, so it's not just a TD thing. Because I was going to just get out my angry voice and call TD. Hey, you screwed me with my trend line. But no, if it's a broker-wide thing, yeah. But it does happen every now and then, specifically with trend lines. That's it, just trend lines. I haven't really noticed it with anything else. And my key area on RIVN was the trend line. Was that higher time frame divergence with those lower highs, off resistance, cracking the trend line. That's my go-to short. So that trend line was a key area that really dictated my entry on the trade. And that trend line not being accurate from what I drew this morning, I'm now not really wanting to be in this trade. But I'm going to manage it the right way. Emotionless, fearless. If I get stopped out, so be it. I accept it, bite the bullet, move on to the next best opportunity. But if I can not look at my P&L and just simply trade the chart, right? Let's see what happens. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. We'll see what the loss is. If I'm trading the chart, I'm not trading my P&L, I'll stay in this trade if the trade tells me to stay in it. Right now, we need to start to see this drawdown below that 9 EMA, that VWAP, and ideally 27. We do have some lower time frame divergence on the 1 minute off that 27.50. We can see we have some divergence here. I like divergences on higher time frames, but it's something worth noting on RIVN. We're slowly getting back to break even on RIVN right now. We need to crack the VWAP. My stops are over high a day. Want to see if this divergence is being confirmed. Let's see if we do get this false move, a rejection to the downside. I mean, again, below that VWAP and 27, we're looking good. At least back down the low a day, and then my next target here would be 24.47. Obviously, 25 bucks would be a target. 25 psychological support. Then my main level is going to be 24.47. We're closing in. We're back in the green now on RIVN. We are now back in the green here on RIVN, guys. We're slowly creeping back into the green at this point in time. RIVN, again, I was short through the trend line. I see divergence. I add to my position. I'm still holding this to see if we can crack below 27. Again, hovering around break even at this point in time. Just hovering around break even at this point in time. So we'll see what the outcome is here, guys. Got to see this flush. We got to see this crack. 27 for me to feel great about holding this. I am right at break even. So if we don't start to see this crack and this drawdown, I don't have to turn it back into a loss, especially knowing that it was just not the best entry. So right now, my new risk is back above 27. My new risk is back above 27 here, guys. I'm playing this the right way. From a trade that I'm like, you know what? Should have readjusted that trend line, but now just playing it the right way. And we do not want to see this back above that 27 area. We would like to see this crack below 26.75. We should get that draw down to 26.50 and then below. So right now, if we do see strong buying pressure back above 27, I will start getting out of some of this position on RIVN. Right now, 27 is new resistance at this point in time, and we want to see 27 hold as resistance. Right now we're up 199, 220, 175, 202. So we're doing okay here. Doing okay here at this point in time on RIVN. We're up $300 on RIVN. Need to crack 26.75, 26.75. We're right at 26.75 on the bid. That we have to crack 26.75 here. It just bounced pretty nicely off that 26.75. Don't see it crack here in a minute. Knowing it was a little early on this trade. I'm going to do the smart thing. Walk away. I walked away. I'm out of RIVN right now. I'm out of RIVN. If it sets up, I'll get back in. I realized not the right time on the trade, guys. Not the right time. I just should have readjusted that trend line and ensured that this was the correct level. We saw the strong bounce at 26.75. That's what I was worried about. Since we saw that strong bounce with volume, I got out for a $3 profit. So doing the right thing there, taking a loser back into a winner and being smart and not letting it go back up and get stopped out. I could always look to re-enter that trade. Again, I'm completely out 100%, $3.26. So we're good. We're up 115 on the day. Slow start, but we're getting there. Right, so that's just how you keep your emotions in check. Okay, I pulled the trigger, look at it, I'm like, man, I was wrong. I was wrong on my entry. Instead of getting freaked out, right, I just play the chart. I start to see divergence. I add to my position. Stops over a high day. Bring my cost basis up. We come back down. See it strongly bounce, you get out. Able to walk away, break even. That's how you trade. You make a bad decision, don't freak out. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get discouraged. Don't get frustrated. Accept it. Right? I made a mistake. I'll take that as a learning lesson for next time. Just trade the chart. Right? Keep those emotions in check, guys. I could have gotten out for a $700 loss there. I could have. I could have been emotional and gotten out for a $700 loss. But instead, I played the chart. I saw that divergence. I added to it. I was able to get back into the green. You call $3 green. If you call $3 green. Yeah, let's get a moderator over on YouTube. Let's get a moderator on YouTube. Let's block this guy. Got some negativity over there. We don't do negativity around here, buddy. You get out of here right now. You come back, we'll find you. We'll ban you again. No negativity allowed here. All right, we're going to get you guys, some of you guys that show up every single day on YouTube, we're going to turn you into moderators. You can ban them. Ban them quick. Get out of here. I like that you guys are crushing it. While I'm sitting here managing my RIVN trade, you guys are over here freaking holding it down. Look at that. Kamal is getting on DPSI because the team alerted it. You like that? That's awesome. That's a team. That's a family of traders. We all work together. Make sure we're all successful in the market. So why is DPSI ripping right now? They had earnings on the 16th. Q1 beat. Revenue increased by about 3 mil. EPS was up. DPSI is a low float stock, 6 million in float, had earnings there on the 16th, and just seeing a nice gap up and a nice big rip. Is DPSI shortable? DPSI shortable? Okay. Dang it, I gotta have them add that back in. Okay, well, not shortable. No, so I have a short locate tool, but when I liquidated and I reset it back up, my whole platform was reset. The whole platform was reset. So they have to add the short locate tool back to my my dashboard. So if a stock's not easy to short, I will not be able to short it. If it's easy to short, I will be able to. I just can't locate right now because they have to add that functionality to my platform. So check AMC, D. Check it. AMC opened up, came right down to 1250. What happened? It's ripping. Where's your target? 1350. So I'm leading you to the water. I led you to the water. You could have been drinking it. Could have been drinking it. Again, we had 1250, very strong support, guys. Very strong support. Look at this. 1250 resistance. 1250 resistance. 1250 resistance. 1250 resistance. What did we do? We broke 1250. We pulled back and retested, and then what happened? Just ripped almost $1 to the upside. So I can help lead you guys to the water and identify opportunities. You guys got to get that rhythm going, right? If you're still a little iffy, not confident, right? Go ahead and practice some of these on a paper account. Practice some of these in a simulator account, okay? So next time you see something like this, you know exactly how to trade it, you know where to put stops, you know what to look for, and you can capitalize on, you know, some of these amazing opportunities on just simple breaks and retests. That's a break and a retest. You guys don't know what a break and a retest is? Dive into the video lessons library and watch the lesson titled The Break and the Retest. It could be an intraday break and retest. It could be a multi-day break and retest. But when you establish very strong resistance and you break it and you come down to the penny and retest it, it's so low risk. What do I mean? You're looking to buy it at the penny. So you would have gotten filled right at our 1252 level. Where do you put stops? 10 cents, 15 cents. Give it a little bit of breathing room, but you're looking for it to hold to the penny and immediately rebound. Break, retest to the penny, rebound. So you could literally put yourself in like a 10-cent loss position, 15 cents of risk. So is GameStop moving on up? GameStop is not. Is KOSS moving? KOSS is not. Is BlackBerry moving? No. So if AMC becomes like a little bit more parabolic and really starts just ripping, that's when you probably would see some of those other meme stocks get a little bit of action as well. DPSI is halted to the downside. RIBT has no volume. BRQS, not a lot of volume. So your top stocks right now, guys. Okay, I know we're about 20 minutes in, right? We have some great out-of-the-gate opportunity. AMC, right down to that 1250. Nice big rip and run. Nice big rip and run there on AMC. Definitely should be keeping AMC on high watch at this point in time. NCMI never gave us anything. Okay, we had the break of that downtrend. We were trying to form that higher low for that inverse head and shoulders, but here's the thing. We never broke the neckline. We never had confirmation to take this. Our confirmation was a break of the neckline over 180. Did we ever break 180? We did not. We're just watching it fade and fall. No reason to touch the stock. Right now, we can honestly probably take NCMI off the watch list for now. Again, RDBX kind of just chopping and sitting sideways. Nothing really happening there. AGRI, same thing, kind of just struggling around this $3 area. Nothing happening there. And VERU just cracked below $15. VERU just cracked below $15 here, team. Look at that. George came in, VERU, small stop out, managed his risk. Got out, managed his risk, 150 loss. Comes back on a firm, boom, 491.40. Comes in on AMC, 70 bucks. This man right now has a 66% win rate. Out of his 3 trades, he lost on 1. He was green on 2. He lost 150, but he made over $500 in profit. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is fantastic risk management. Good job. Movie star swung the SPY overnight for $700. Ooh! Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Good job. Look at Corey over here. Look at Corey coming in clutch. Affirm, double topping with that RSI divergence. Ooh, buddy. I love me some divergences. And guess what we can do as well? We can add a trend line. Guess what else we can do? We can add our level of resistance being that 20 EMA. So if we get a higher high here into that 20 EMA, we get a higher high here and we still have divergence and we start cracking the trend line, I am shorting a firm. I am 100% shorting the crap out of a firm. I would say about 1,000 shares, give or take. We looked to lock in profit at 25.15 and then back down at low a day of 24.34. So right now, my watch team, my stock that I'm watching is a firm. I like this this little grind on up, light volume, into resistance. We have this bigger picture trend line. We do have this bigger picture trend line here. That, we start to crack it right around 24. That looks fantastic. But when you put this into a lower time frame, you're starting to see a little bit of this divergence, possible double top, off resistance, with this really steep uptrend. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys should be all eyes on a firm. That's where my eyes are at right now. This is where we have some opportunity possibly coming on up. I like the risk. Nice tight stops right over that high. Nice tight stops right over that high on AFRM. Good call, Corey. Good call. I was still watching RIVN inside of this rising channel. But good eyes there. We were all over a firm. A firm was another one that was setting up like RIVN. I really liked it. So right now, let's see what we have here. We do have that 1 minute divergence setting in. We do have this possible double top right around that 2650 level of resistance. What I would really like to see here, and I might be asking for a little too much, but I would actually like to see this try and put in a new high a day. I'd actually like to see a new high a day up to like 2655. Still see that divergence, didn't crack the trend line. Probably take a few thousand shares here on the firm. Don't want to get in too soon. Don't want to get in too soon, but you also don't want to miss it. So right here's that trend line, right around 25.90. See what the price action looks like right around this 26 level of support. My finger is on the trigger. My finger is on the trigger. Here we go. Let's see if we get some selling volume. Here we go. I'm short a firm. We don't get drawn down here very quick and hard. This may not be the crack in the dump. We start to see it back above 26. I will be looking to get out and look for a better entry off that 26.55 level of resistance. But right now, we're starting to see that selling volume move in. We're starting to see that crack of the trend line. I'm short a firm. So again, guys, I'm currently short a firm, 1,200 shares on that double top divergence off that level of resistance. This is my go-to short. I'm currently up $291 here on a firm. Currently up $200, $300 on a firm. Cost basis $25.86. Don't want to see it back above 26 bucks. You want to see it get drawn down below that VWAP here. 25.66. The bid, 25.70. I want to see these buyers below 25.50. I want to see these bids below 25.50. You can see that drawdown and that pullback to 25.28. It could bounce off the VWAP here, back over 26. So if we start to see a bounce off the VWAP, pushing back towards that 26 area, I will look to get out for a small profit and look for a re-entry back up towards around that main resistance level. And that main resistance level is 26.55. Right now I'm still holding short. See if we get a crack below 25.50 here. 25.55, 25.49. Let's go ahead and lock in a little bit of profit below that level there. Let's lock in a little bit of profit below that level. Currently up $500 on a firm. Locked in half profits right below 25.50. Next target, 25.28. Next target, 25.28 on a firm. I took half. Where's my stop now? My stop's not back over 26. I locked in half my position. Where's my stop? Break even. I have a runner on the table looking to see if we crack below 25.50. So I will not let this go above my cost basis of 25.86. I want to see if we can get this dump below 25.50 down to 25.28. There's 25.40 on the bid. We got the ask below 25.50 now just for a moment there. Really fighting at this 25.50, guys. So I broke my the little mic stand where the mic was hooked up to, and it had that little that arm. I pull it up and down, and it broke the other day. So my mic is on its old stand right in front of me, and it's further away. So I needed to reach out to see if they can send me a new stand because it broke, or I just need to go buy a new mic that comes with the arm. All right, I'm out of a firm, guys. I'm out of a firm right now. We're seeing a very strong bounce here at 25.50. I'm going to take my $300 and walk away and look to see if it sets back up. So I am 100% out of a firm. I took half my profits below 25.50. I stopped out right around 25.80 on the rest of my position. I told you I'm back. I told you I'm back. I told you I liquidated. I had all those issues with Fidelity. I said, you know what? Put my money back in there. Take it right now. I'll pay my commissions and fees. I'll pay my commissions and fees to not have broker issues. So I'm paying my commissions and fees, but at least I don't have issues. 300 shares short for me there. $95 in the green. Corey, whoop, whoop. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Can we do a little bit of a dance? Is it time to dance? Just boogie with it. Just boogie with it. Yeah. You guys are making fun of me right now. I don't even know how to dance, but I enjoy it. I like you guys laughing at me. It's freaking awesome. Woo! Just snap your fingers. Do yourself. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey! Good job, guys. Hey, there we go. Owen's saying stop. Guys, nah. Absolutely not. We're not stopping around here. This is nothing but fun. We're having a good old time. Let's go ahead and read off some profits and profits chat, guys. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's look at some profits and profits chat. We got Kamal, took a firm on the call. That's what I'm talking about. We got Stir locking in $400. That's what I'm talking about. George locking in over $500 on the day. Corey just scalped some Affirm with me. I'm up 460.06. Movie Star swung some SPY last night, some puts for 709. 709. Ugh! That's what I'm talking about, traders. Way to make it happen. Kamal. How much money? Okay, I think you need to retype that in, because if you made as much as I think you're getting ready to say you made, I'm walking out of my office right now. I'm walking out of my office. You get to take the mic. You run the show. If I'm thinking I'm reading this correctly, I'm walking out. Okay, I'm walking out. 25.85. Okay, I thought it was 25,000. I thought you meant to put $25,000. I was getting ready to say, dude, I'm done. I'm done. Alpha's yours. Okay, I'll see you in a year. Okay, I'll see you in a year. I'll just give you my money. You can trade it. Okay. I thought it was $25,000, and I was like, dude, we're done here. Okay, I'm walking away. I'm never coming back, Kamal. This is your baby now. Okay, you run the show. Good job, though. Come on. Good job, buddy. Proud of you, boss. Proud of you. But yeah, good job for everybody taking a firm here. We took our profits quick. What do we do in this market when we lock in profits? Again, we lock in profits quick to secure some profits. Go stops at break even. We walk away profitable versus getting squeezed out on a trade. Right? This is the market we're in. We see a setup, we take it, lock in profits, stop at break even, get broken even, you still walk away profitable. If it continues to dump, hey, you make more money. This could have been a losing trade if you were greedy. If you were greedy here on a firm, you would be down right now. So why be greedy? Why not just lock in some profits when you're up? Why not go risk-free on the trade? Why not, make this a very stress-free job? So we'll look at some pennies. Anything with DPSI, negative Ghost Rider. Anything with GNUS, no. Anything with RIBT, no. BRQS, nada. But what I'm starting to notice with AMC, I want to short AMC, guys. I want to short AMC. I want to short AMC here. Possibly. We have that 1350 resistance. You can run a trend line here off these lows. And what I'm starting to notice is possible divergence as well. So again, here's your prior high up at 1330. Your RSI is overbought. If you start to see this higher high here, with the RSI is making a lower high, that would be bearish divergence at a level of resistance. And if we start to follow through with a crack of this trend line, I'm looking to short AMC. Is it having a strong? I was looking at it above 680 today on SoFi. I was looking at SoFi above 680, but I was like, nah, I've been looking at it for like the last 2 days above 680. It hasn't really done anything. So well, that's good to know that SoFi is doing well because I own some SoFi for long term. So you shorted $50,000 worth of a firm. I have no idea what the investment was. I don't look at the investment. I look at my position size, I look at my risk, and I look at my profit levels. I don't care what the investment is. It could be $1,000, it could be $100,000. I look at how many shares am I taking, what's my entry, what's my stop, what's my target, how much am I willing to lose on the trade. The investment's irrelevant. All right, YouTubers, I completely spaced because I've been so fired up that we're just locking in some great profits. Already, we're like 30 minutes into the day. We're already locking in some killer profits. We have another opportunity here on AMC with this potential divergence that could be setting in off resistance with a possible crack of the trend line. If we see that take place, I'm absolutely looking to short AMC. We do have some of that resistance right around that 1350 area. If you break 1350, definitely don't want to be in it short. You could see it at 1406. UPST, probably work on a gap fill. You'll probably see it fill the gap at 70, but right now you have resistance at 6250. So I would say, upstart today, nice solid uptrend. I would think you could see like 60 to 62 bucks. And if you ever start breaking 60 to 62 to fill this gap up towards around 70 on upstart. All right, guys. So YouTubers, enjoy your day. Hopefully you had some fun. Hopefully you guys were educated. Right? Why did I take that trade on a firm? Right? We broke it down in real time. You guys see exactly why I took the trade with the education behind it, why I took profits, why I managed the trade the way I managed the trade. Right? So you guys learned about a firm. That's my go-to short setup. I took it. Traders in chat took it. We made money. All right? All out of a firm. $4,230. So this is how we do it in chat. Okay? We're a team. Corey says, hey, we have a firm setting up for a short. It's your go-to short. I was already looking at it today. We see the crack, we take it for a quick profit, we go risk-free, we lock in profit. I locked in 344. Corey locked in 137. Kamal locked in $4,230. It was all called out live. Told you guys exactly where I'm getting in, where I'm putting stops, how I'm looking to manage the trade, where I'm looking to lock in profits, how I bring my stop to break even and go risk-free. Again, from before, during, and after the trade. And you guys can see that we have traders in chat locking in some amazing profits as well. So good job and good work, team, inside of chat. YouTubers, enjoy the rest of your day. Trade smart and trade safe out here. All right, and I'll see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning. What time? I'll see you guys right about 9 o'clock on the tube. Take care, guys, and have a good day. Tell me it is a short again. On a firm, not that we broke and retested 2650. For the simple fact that we broke and retested 2640, 2650, that looks strong. And here's one thing I want to point out as well. Remember that original trend line that we were shorting the crack of off that divergence? We cracked the trend line. We broke back above the trend line. We pulled back and retested the trend line and prior highs intraday and the 20 EMA. So honestly, right now, a firm, it has room to like 28. It has room to 28. Now, you fall back below 2640, you recrack the trend line, then yes, I think we'll roll over and start fading on off. But if you hold the 2640, which we have, and we continue to hold this trend line, trend and uptrends, you have room to 28. You have room to 28 there. All day stream was yesterday. So we streamed live all day yesterday because we had a really awesome lesson that we were doing. Talked about the RSI. We locked in some great profits. There was a lot of action in the market. There was a lot of opportunity for you guys to learn. So I decided to keep that stream open yesterday. But you guys don't have to be limited to the stream. You guys can join. You guys can trade with us live every single day. What you guys get here on YouTube, we do this all day, every day, and then 10 times more stuff inside of chat. Okay, the goal is come in, get a return on your investment, get free education, learn what it takes to be a consistently profitable trader, at least get those higher probabilities of being successful. The goal is get a return on your investment, get free education, then start scaling and start making more money to actually grow the bottom line of your account. That's my goal for everybody. We leave no trader behind. We're here to help you guys individually, on a personal level. So many things we do inside of chat to help you guys get to the next level in your trading career. So, if you want to join, come on over, AlphaDayTrading.com. Use coupon ADT100. Again, that's ADT. A's in alpha, D's in day, T's in trading. ADT, all capitalized, 100. On the yearly plan, you get the free course that we're currently offering for the month of May. So yes, you get a free course, $500 value. And you also get a year at 33% off, and that also comes with a free private one-on-one session with me. So definitely check it out. Use the coupon. Other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Happy, safe trading. Make it happen. Lock in some profits. And your mindset is capital preservation, guys. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. VER to the U. VERU. Nothing really happening there. AGRI. Nothing really happening there. RDBX. Nothing really happening there. So pennies, decent. AMC, again, if we would have seen that divergence and we would have seen the crack of the trend line, that could have been a short, but this is why we build plans. If this happens, I will perform this action. Well, what I was thinking never happened, so I never performed any kind of action. And I'm just now watching this to see if it sets up for us. So I would say right now, team, out of every single penny stock, Okay, you're focused on DPSI. One thing I want to say about DPSI, it's risky. The stock is very risky. It's been halted multiple times to the upside, multiple times to the downside. This stock is a very volatile, very quick moving stock. Can it be profitable? Absolutely. Could it turn into a massive loss if you don't trade it correctly? Absolutely. You got to be very careful with the stock like DPSI. It moves very, very quick, very, very erratically. But we are watching DPSI. Okay, you're not watching GNUS. There's no reason to watch it. You're not watching RIBT. You're not watching BRQS. I mean, if you are for your reasons, just completely discredit everything I'm saying. But when I look at these stocks, I don't see any volume or movement. I'm not watching them. Okay, I'm not watching RIBT. I'm not watching BRQS. I'm watching AMC. Absolutely. I'm definitely watching AMC. I'm not really looking at NCMI. I'm not looking at RDBX. I'm not really looking at AGRI. I'm not looking at VERU. Right? These stocks, from a technical perspective, when you look at these charts, nothing stands out. Nothing's appealing. You look at AMC, there's a lot that stands out. It's appealing. When you look at DPSI, not really appealing, but it has a lot of focus. So those are your top two stocks at this point in time. DPSI, risky biscuits. Risky biscuits. AMC, everything's risky, but less risk. This is a little bit slower and steadier, more consistent, easier to read the chart. So I like AMC. Definitely focused on AMC here, guys. How we look on a 5 minutes? 5 minute time frame, we actually still look pretty strong on AMC. Still looking relatively strong on AMC. Ah, look at that, guys. The SPY, what did we say? 40308 support. If we look strong off that level, you're looking for calls. We crack below that level, you're looking to short this down to 400. You've already come down to 401 on the SPY. Same thing with the Qs. Actually, no, the Qs, I disregard that. The Qs had the neckline at 300. So the SPY was a little bit different as far as where that neckline was. So if you look at the SPY actually looks weak below 403. Look at the Qs are still intact, and the Qs are still retesting the neckline. Right? So you have your neckline right around 300, and you have psychological key support at 300. And you're starting to see a reversal formation here on the Qs. So an easy trade here, an easy trade. But if we break over 301.23, you want to play calls. You want to play calls. You can simply put your stops under low a day. But we're inside of this little channel, off this level of support, have resistance right around 301.23. You have a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders, breaking out of the channel, breaking the neckline. That's a reversal formation. Stops under low a day. First target, 302.17. 302.61. 303.43. These are some just minor levels, right? These are just minor levels that you want to pay attention to. I'm not saying get out 100% at these levels, but be mindful of these levels. And then 304.47. Right now, if you're looking at the Qs for this possible reversal, you want to see some volume move in for the break of the VWAP, breaking above 301.23. You never get that break on up and you drop back below 300, you're going to start falling. Most likely going to start falling here on the Qs. Now, how low could the Qs fall? I see the Qs back down at 298. So 298 to 297, somewhere around that 297 to 298. But right now, it does look good for a reversal. I'm looking at it more or less to the long side, over 301.23, up to 302.17, then 302.60, then 303.40, and 304.70. DPSI is doing a Josh, I get out and it rips. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. All the time. Tried the force one, but I cut it immediately. I'm so proud of myself lately. I'm becoming more and more consistent with less and less emotion. I freaking love it. Thank you, Alpha and the team. Y'all are the real MVPs. Nah, Stir, you're the real MVP. You joined. You show up. You take the initiative. You're actually listening, you're learning, you're applying, and now you're working with your emotions and you're suppressing them, and you're not as emotional. You're more consistent. You're willing to cut your losses. You're willing to take profits. You're willing to get paid, and you're seeing success. So you are the real MVP. Good job, Stir. Way to make it happen. Oh boy, oh boy. RIVN still looks a little tempting. Not gonna lie. RIVN still looks just a little tempting. Still watching RIVN here, up towards around that 2874 resistance level. 2874 is the gap fill. And what do we know about gap fills? Stocks like to fill gaps. Started filling this gap this week. And when they fill the gap, they tend to get rejected and then dump. So if we start to see that intraday resistance really set in, and we see a reversal formation intraday off this daily gap fill, I'd be looking for a daily gap fill rejection for a pullback, for a nice little dump on off here.